and it's not part of my direct TV package because of politics, so then I have to pay an extra fee to get that on my TV.
You know
so
it.
It's not anything new. It's kind of the way, it's not even kind of, it is the way that broadcast networking functions and how it survives and how the smaller networks can, make a revenue.
Right. I know. I see the Comcast bill when it comes in, and it's not pretty.
No. That's the word.
So you've had experience being on a web series, Dark Side of the Bay, which I absolutely loved and kept me hanging, so I'm hoping there's more of it.
There will be more. There will.
Good. And you play Orchid, who's definitely not scared to use a knife.
Yeah. That was so fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
I really did. It was so fun to try to be mean and threatening, which, our director, Gregory Martin, would cut, and I would just bust up laughing with Christos. Like, is anyone really going to believe this? And they're like, yes, Terry. And I'm like, okay, let's go again. It's so much fun. And this is another amazing exampleship of cutting edge in a new, in the medium of, web series. And with the Bay, I thought they were genius with keeping them 6-7 minutes, especially without not having a following and creating a whole new aspect. They kept it short and sweet so they could really move the stories along. And the geniusness behind Gregory Martin is that you can film in a couple of days and have an entire season because it's 6 minutes.
Exactly.
And
you can watch it over and over, and you can watch it at any time.
Right. And, and so it was really ingenious because he cut all of his actors' expenses down because I only worked a couple days, and he got multiple episodes,
Right.
And just about everybody is like that. So it's really cool in the producing side to see how all these new venues have opened up for, are wanting to tell a story and produce it and make it happen. The downside for the actor is that the business is not as flourishing, financially the way it used to be for actors. The greatest example I can give you is with commercials. I was just talking this today with a great friend of mine, Rhett Giles, who is a great producer and actor from Australia. And, there was a time, I did a Colgate commercial, and I made $65,000 in a matter of 13 weeks. And now, because of there's loopholes that producers and advertisers have found, that there's no more true national spots. The only national spots would be something you'd see maybe during the Super Bowl or during the Olympics, something that's a major national event throughout our country where everybody's sitting down at the same time.
Right. But
those are very small. It used to be that there was lots of national commercials because there was only 3 networks. And, Fox, even when that was a network, it wasn't even considered a real network.
Exactly.
Well, now there's so many different, networks, and they're very successful, HBO, Showtime, all of these, that they're under this format that probably needs to be adjusted, but it never will because nobody wants to pay more than what they do. And now the commercials are done not as national, but they're regional, so you can play them East Coast, West Coast, and they're what they call wild spots, so they can be on, advertisers can sell to these smaller networks so that they can make money, but then the actor only makes a base fee of about $300 per cycle, which is the same 13 weeks.
Wow.
So where once upon a time I made $65,000 in 13 weeks for the same 30-second spot, now someone's making $300.
Wow.
That's a lifestyle thing.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So that's just commercial. So
yeah.
So that goes down, and then you look at film. Where you make your most money is in television now, and it used to be in film.
Right.
that's where you'd make big money as an actor. But now because of our, producer, actor, director strikes and whatnot, which is great for the producer, we've got the ultra low budget, SAG producer contract, which is phenomenal for me as a producer because now I can hire actors for a base salary of $100 a day.
Yeah.
But as an actor, I'm used to being paid thousands and thousands of dollars per day.
Right.
So, it's a give and take. So it's interesting to see, how as this entertainment business is growing and morphing into something new again, and it always has been changing, that if you don't stay ahead of the curve, you're not going to be making a living in the business. The new actors that are the young, and I say young not by age, but the new ones that are coming to town that have a dream that they want to fulfill, I feel the most sad for them because it's even harder for them to break in because producers don't want to take a risk on a no-name or someone that doesn't have 20 years of experience, because it's costing them all of their money to put up, and they don't want someone who's not going to deliver in front of the camera in 2 takes, which is why soap actors are in such high demand for low-budget feature films, for television shows, for commercials, because we have been groomed throughout our years of being able to do 90 pages a day because that's what our shows ran. Very little actors have that type of experience. So our soap actors, if they're good in a daytime setting, carrying 25 to 30 pages a day, then they are phenomenal actors. A primetime show shoots an hour in 5 days.
Wow.
At the same
That's
time,
a big difference.
Right. Yeah. You can have take after take after take.
Yeah.
With daytime, it's, rehearsed block tape. I know on All My Children, we were allotted about 15 minutes per set. So, we would move, and the good directors and those of us that could work at that higher pace are the ones that stayed on the show.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys did it. I mean, seriously, that is a lot to learn in one day, and that's why we've always said soap actors are one of the best talents out there because of what you have to do, what you had to go through. It was completely unknown to me until I jumped in. I had a very fruitful television career way before All My Children, and I had no idea of the workload, and my respect level raised, 100-fold for every co-star across the board, no matter what network. Just really true, amazing work ethic, and and they come now with such a huge fan following that as a producer, you want to incorporate them in your project. Like I co-produced this, we're still in post-production, but we're completely in the can. Filming is finished, and it's called Borrowed Moments. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get Brian Krause to be our lead actor, and he was on Another World for years, and we know him from Charmed for many, many years. And we were able to get Vanessa Marceau from General Hospital. And with that comes, marketing and distribution power because they come with such a fan base. That's right.
Exactly.
And they can deliver. We don't have to worry that they're not going to know their lines and they're not going to be able to hit their marks, and we're not going to be able to get out of, hit our time outs. These are huge money-making things for investors, and as a producer, keeps you on schedule.
That's something that's great for you as a producer, being the actor first. You understand
I have a
everything
definite
so much
respect
more
for my colleagues. But I do love being in front of the camera. I am vain. I love the makeup chair and sitting there, and
some great, wonderful, PA says, "What would you like for breakfast, Miss Ivens?" And I say, "Oh, I'll have a bacon, egg, cheese burrito with the salsa on the side," as some beautifully talented hair and makeup people doll me up or dumb me down. And, I'm spoiled. I love that. I really do. And I got to... I know, right? And I got to have so much fun doing just that on Chicks Dig Gay Guys, which is a feature film that will, I believe, has a summer release.
Good, because I can't wait.
It should be hilariously funny. The trailer is hilarious.
Yes.
I was a sole actor. I didn't have any producing to do on this project. So you never know as an actor, what something's going to look like, because many projects are made or destroyed on the editing floor. And when I saw the trailer, when the producer Nathan Anderson, who I really think is ingenious, sent it to me, I just cracked up laughing, and I couldn't wait to share with everyone, because I was just absolutely thrilled with how he cut it together and told the story without giving away really great things. Like, I don't know if I should tell you, but I work opposite Eric Roberts, and it was like bucket list. I got to check the box. Yeah. I was like, I'm so excited. Let alone get to work with him. I got to kiss him. Wow. I was like, yes. Another job that was so easy to get to early in the morning.
Right. I know. When I initially watched the trailer, I was laughing so hard. I just said, I just cannot wait to see this movie, and tweeted it out. I'm going to put it on my website. I want people to see it because it's just going to be really good. I can tell.
Thank you. I'm a huge supporter of it. And now I think that all of us, no matter how we choose to be happy on a day-to-day basis, we all need the encouragement of laughter. I love the hard dramas. I completed one that's in post-production called Untold, and
that one too.
I love the hard dramas, but I absolutely love to laugh, and to make other people laugh is, I think, one of my highest joys. So Chicks Dig Gay Guys is going to do just that. It's going to make people laugh and just enjoy their 95 minutes before the screen.
That's my go-to, is comedies. That's my first choice every single time. I always say that life is so hectic and it's not so pretty all the time, and just to be able to go to my soaps and to comedies, I'm happy as can be.
Yeah.
It's the best medicine. I mean, laughter is the best medicine.
Right.
Absolutely. I agree.
Now,
I agree.
David,
I'm hoping that they bring back the original sitcom format, which I'm not sure if all the listeners know. The original format, because I say raised in sitcoms. I started playing 13 years old, but the original sitcom was based on a 4-camera setup. So you would run your scenes top to bottom. The director would be sitting in the editing bay, in the booth, they would call it, usually in a trailer outside the studio, and the director would have this amazing talent to be able to cut cameras as the actors are performing. It's truly an amazing thing to watch. And All My Children was a multi-camera show, and our directors, like Conal O'Brien, who's now with Young and the Restless, would sit in the booth and he would watch the scene and go, okay, camera 2 ready, and camera 1, cut to camera 2. Camera 1 ready, and then he would cut camera, and they would cut the show. As it's being filmed. With sitcom, you're doing it with a live audience. Yeah. So the pressure and it being funny to hold for laughter and to keep your time codes, the talent is just remarkable. And for me, I I look forward to the time that they go back to the original